And how was it to see them actually respond and still win?
Yeah, for me personally, it wasn't crazy bad because I knew I was going to come back at some point, and especially when it mattered. So I think that I wasn't too down about it, but yeah, just seeing guys go down is always makes you sick.
Do you feel 100% like you can trust the arm 100%?
100%? No. Yeah.
What does it take to get there? Just time, or is there something else?
Yeah, I'll probably feel 100% in the off season, next training camp.
I guess you don't necessarily need to be 100% to play.
No one's 100% at this point, so it's just, can you be productive and is it safe?
Did you have the same injury before?
Yeah, in college. Yeah.
Does that help you kind of feel what you're going through?
Yeah. I didn't play as early as this, so.
How do you feel about Jack's development in his time that he was out there in your absence?
Yeah, it's good. I think that he's done a really good job just taking control and being the play caller out there. And I think that he's going to continue to grow. And it's good to see a young guy kind of take the reins in that regard. So I'm proud of him.
Can you walk us through like the decision in your head, right? Because we look at football players a lot of times, right? These gladiators that nothing impacts them, and hey, come back at 6 weeks, just come back. But it's a lot more than that. So what is that?
Like the thought process, kind of.
Yeah, what's going through your head?
I think that you just think about okay, if something for me personally, obviously the doctors and the trainers they kind of go through of what the risks are of waiting a week, waiting 2 weeks, going through practice, and maybe let it spin next week or the week after that, or this week. So I think that for me personally, I think it's like, okay, say if something did happen, would I be okay not playing in the Super Bowl? So I think that that's kind of the decision I have to make in my own head, and is it worth it, and how do I feel going over these next few practices and go from there, because I haven't practiced in 6 weeks, so I'm just using my arm and seeing how it goes.
How much of your voice is weighed into this decision ultimately?
It's a collaborative effort, I think. I think that they do a really good job in the training room, and our team docs, that they don't really try to put us in crazy harm's way. Obviously, that there are risks of playing with injury and coming back, but at the same time, they do a really good job of getting you ready and putting you out there prepared. And when they feel comfortable, I think that part of my voice and how I feel definitely goes into it, but that's really it.
How big a carrot is the Super Bowl? Because you've come really close to playing it. You've never been there. It's a long time coming in your career. So.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I think that it's important. So we just got to get there, and getting the 1 seed will help.
What's your opinion of the outside narrative that's kind of growing that maybe the defense isn't good enough to help this team win a Super Bowl?
I think that's honestly. It's just one of those things that we have to do our part and limit points, and that's the number one goal as a defense. And we haven't been doing that recently, but at the same time, to say we're not good enough to win the Super Bowl, I think that's pretty dumb.
How did you feel at practice today?
Solid.
How tough is it to make a self-evaluation when you're not in full pads out there?
Yeah, right. That's another thing is I haven't tackled anyone to the ground. So, I've done some drills and try to simulate it as much as possible. So, yeah, it's just one of those things is like, how do you feel? Yeah.
If I don't know what the number is, but whatever percent you are this week, what is waiting an extra week? How much more does that?
That's the question. That's really like the question for the doctors. Like, how much more healing is it going to be in the next week or two, and the safety of it, and that's kind of that goes into weighing what happens.
Regardless if you play or not, just the magnitude of this game. 2-14-2 teams.
Right.
We've never seen this in the NFL, and what's everything that's on the line. How excited are you for this game? Yeah,
it's exciting. I think it's exciting time to be a Detroit Lion. These are the moments that you really dream about, and as a player, it doesn't get any better than this. I know Dan alluded to that, but this is all you can ask for in division game for the division championship for the number 1 seed, and it's going to be fun to see.
So you coaching some guys up on the sideline.
What'd you say?
Did you enjoy the coaching guys up part of?
I'm gonna get it in now because once I'm done playing, I'm not coaching. I'll get.
Challenges, I guess, of facing this defense, and just again from all the different looks they kind of present and packages.
Yeah, a ton of different looks, a ton of disguises. combined with really talented players as well. Like they've got some great personnel over there. Like Harrison Smith, he can play the deep safety from on the line of scrimmage. He's unheard of, very confusing. And I think that's what it just gives offensive fit. So we got to be able to communicate, use all of our tools, and try to see if we can get it done.
What's it like to try to ID, I guess, where it may be coming from? I mean, your standpoint.
It's chaotic, man. It's like trying to watch film, trying to get keys. But especially on the road, it's chaotic. But being at home, it should be a little bit smoother communication-wise. But it's a huge challenge.
Frank, Dan was very, very fired up, about this game coming out of that Monday night game. What's he been like in practice this week?
I'd say par for the course. He's been himself. I think everybody's just trying to take her one day at a time, not to get too far ahead of ourselves, and know that we just got to do our job, not try to be superheroes, and then hopefully everything will take care of itself.
When the playoff streak was snapped a while ago, I remember, there were players running around the stadium high-fiving people. How much different, I know you guys will celebrate if you get the win here, but how much different is this time right now, knowing everything that's at stake and the fact that you've already clinched a playoff spot?
I think our goal is to win the division, and I think we'll celebrate that accordingly, regardless of the past. I think every year in this league is a new year, and it is extremely difficult to win in this league. And if hopefully we get the W, I plan on celebrating.
How much sweeter would it be to do it at home in front of your home crowd?
Storybook. I think it would be pretty dang sweet.
How much would that rest benefit you and some of the other vets on this team?
Whatever happens, we'll be all right. I think rest would always be nice, but whatever happens, we'll be all right.
What's it like watching Jared's evolution as a quarterback, being able to handle, pressure and kind of, get out of those situations? Also, just be able to kind of locate, the receiver on a hot route or whatever he has to do to kind of get the ball out.
Yeah, he's recently just grooving. Really has good command. I think he's seeing the field really well, understands the offense really well. Coach Johnson does a great job of giving him his answers. I feel like we've got some really good communication, and it's cool being able to play with a guy like that.
Is in that locker room right now for Sunday night?
I wouldn't necessarily call it enhanced eagerness. We just know what's at stake. We know they're a good team. It's going to be a tough game. It's always tough going against that defense for us as an offense. So it's going to be a good game. We can't wait. We know that Ford Field's going to be rocking. I know fans can't wait either. But I wouldn't say any enhanced eagerness. I would just say we know, stakes might be a little higher, but it's just another game for us. We played in a lot of big games this year, so just the next one in front of us.
How wild is this, having two 14-win teams this late in the season not clinch the division?
Yeah, is this the most wins that's ever been? Yeah, it's crazy. I think the rules should be changed. I think, obviously, if you win a division, you should obviously make a playoff spot. But having a 14-win team, having to go on the road is kind of crazy. But I guess, I don't make the rules. So hopefully we can get a win and get home field advantage. But whatever happens, we both have a spot in the playoffs. So we might see each other again after this game.
Dan, watching them play, does anything stand out to you on when you guys played them the first time around?
They're a good defense. They show a lot of different looks on defense. That light is bright as hell. Sorry. I looked over there one time. I'm looking back. The defense they're one of the best defenses in football, just because of obviously they have good players on defense, but they're coached well. They show a bunch of different looks. They try to confuse you. So as an offense, you got to be tuned into your checks, everything. Different looks, disguises. So they put a lot of pressure, on you as an offense. But at the end of the day, I feel like, we got to go out there and just understand what we're getting into. Obviously, we're preparing all week for them. Got a pretty good plan, but the plan isn't done yet. But we got to just, trust our reads, not try to do too much.
Outside of seeing in football, knowing that you guys had the early bye week, what would a bye week mean for you guys, having a week off?
I think it would be big. We have a lot of injuries, obviously. But just to be able to get some rest, I think would be nice. But either way, I feel like we'll be fine. Whether it's going on the road or having a bye week and playing at home. I think we're built for either or. We got the best fans in the world to help us if we were at home and if we weren't at home. We've been pretty good on the road this year. So either way, I think we'll be fine. But we'd love to have home field advantage in the playoffs.
How much does your connection with Jared really come in handy against a blitz-happy offensive coordinator like Brian, and you know the fact that you are kind of that hot receiver for Jared. I mean, how much do you think that connection really kind of comes into play in this game?
Yeah, I think it's huge. You know, I think for a quarter, I don't play quarterback, but for a quarterback, I feel like when there's a lot of things happening, a lot of moving parts on defense, sometimes you look for your guys, whether that's, you know, me, Laporta, J-Mo, whoever it is, Jameer at running back, Leaf. I mean, anyone that he feels comfortable with, which I think he feels comfortable with a lot of us, which makes it so great for us, I feel like, as an offense, because if it's not me, it's going to be J-Mo. If it's not him, it's going to be our tight end, whoever it is, whoever has that matchup, the one-on-one matchup, Jared's going to find. He does a great job of distributing the ball, not forcing anything. He's been great all year doing that. So he's going to be ready. He's locked in. And, you know, like I said, we can't wait for the game. We just got to make sure we prepare the right way and are ready on Sunday.
The last 3 straight games you played against Minnesota, you had a receiving touchdown, 100+ yards. Just talk about what's been working for you against them, you know, their defense in the last few games you played against them.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't tell you. I just have had pretty good games against them recently. But they're a good defense. They show a bunch of different stuff. They're one of the top-ranked defenses in this league for a reason. They create turnovers. So we got to take care of the football. And, you know, whether it's man, whether it's zone, whether it's their cover 0, whether they drop 8, whatever it is, you got to try to find, you know, the open holes on the zone. And then if it's man, you got to try to create separation. And I think, like I said, Jared, our coaches, Coach Johnson, just everyone, I feel like we're tuned in to this game plan, but we got to keep going because, you know, this is not the same time we played them last time. I feel like they've gotten better as a defense, and so it's only going to get tougher for us.
I'm sorry if you've spoken about this season, just the hook and ladders and the success with all of them. Can you take us back to this, maybe the beginning of that being implemented into the game plans regularly and why they've been so successful for you guys?
Yeah, I think, you know, we started implementing it this training camp. We ran it, I believe, in training camp, and it worked out. I threw it to Jameer, and it worked out in training camp. And then I think the first time we ran in the game was against the Cardinals and ended up scoring. And then, you know, to me, it's not too much of a trick play. It's kind of an easy play. You run it under with the guy coming from the side. It's kind of like a misdirection. And it's not, obviously, if someone's near me or the guy catching it, it can be kind of dangerous because it's a fumble. But if no one's near the guy catching it and I just toss it to him and it's a soft toss, you get speed coming one way through the other way, and it's kind of tough to defend. So it's been working for us I think I ran like 5 of them, but pretty sure defenses now are going to be in tune to it. So we'll see what happens. Maybe we have something off of that, but you never know.
My expectations, you know, is just, you know, go out there and win. You know, that's everybody's expectations in the locker room, in the building. You know, we got to go out there and get a win. And, you know, a clash up between 14-win team, 2 14-win teams for the number 1 seed. You know, it's big. It's bigger than, you know, than a lot of people think. You know, winning this game could lock up a number 1 seed and a bye next week for the playoffs. But if not, you gotta go on the road. So, you know, we just trying to lock up home field advantage. You know, just get the job done.
Is there any part of Justin Jefferson's game that you've taken into your own game, watching him on tape and try to adapt and put into what you do well?
Yeah, I used to watch a lot of Justin Jefferson. You know, I think he get open real well. You know, he got real good routes, real great feet. You know, ball tracking, a lot of that. But mainly it's just routes, how he run his routes. That's cold to me. Me?
Know anything that Jefferson can't do?
I don't know. I don't really watch him like that no more. I ain't watched him a lot this year. But he's a great receiver though, for sure.
Anything that you can't do?
Nah. I can do everything.
Ben was talking a little bit about your attention to detail, how much you've adapted and made that such a key part of what's made you so successful. How much was that part of your guys' relationship as you've grown into the player that you are here?
It's been big, you know. Talking with Ben a lot. He's preached to me a lot that details really matter. You know, you just can't go out there. You know, growing up in Little League and high school and even in some colleges, they'll just let you go out there and just play football, you know. But the details really is what take us further than the next team, will help us in close games and, you know, being on detail, you know, just being in the right spot at the right time for your quarterback, you know, lining up in the right spot, blocking the right man, things like that. It really matters, and it helps teams win NFL games. So, you know, like I said, back in the day, you could just go out there and just play football off skill and, you know, just the feel of the game. But, you know, as you get older and, you know, keep going with the game, the details really matter.
How have you adjusted more to the spotlight too? We saw you, at the podium yesterday, Monday night, getting interviewed on the grand stage like that, man. How have you adjusted that as well?
I think I've always been in the spotlight. You know, even since when I was a kid. When I first started playing football, you know, we had one of the best teams in the city, the best team to come in the city. You know, it was almost like we were superstars just at 6 years old, 7 years old. You know, for real though, like. We really was that, and you know, just by the way we played football, the excitement we brought, you know, we had the jerseys, we had everything, like Nike, everything. We just six. But you know, I think I've been a part of the spotlight, and you know, it's just like once you get in the spotlight, once you used to be in the spotlight, it's like it's nothing new. So you know, you don't really pay attention to it a lot because you play football for yourself. You know, the spotlight is just something that come with it if you play the game good.
The fun that y'all have on this team, from celebrations to everything y'all been doing, do you kind of still feel like that 6-year-old a little bit?
Yeah, that's really why I do it though. You know, I feel like just as a kid, it was kind of like, I wouldn't say it was installed in me, but you know, like my coach, Coach C, he used to always tell me like, when y'all score, celebrate, like celebrate. Why not? Because you just did all that for just to walk out the field, you know. So pretty much like ever since I started playing football, from like 6, 7 years old, 5 years old, I've been celebrating every big play. Like, you know, from the crackback blocks to touchdowns, you know, being on defense, making tackles. You know, our whole team used to celebrate. It was a game when we was Little League. We had a plan like whoever scored, we was playing our rival team. Whoever scored the first touchdown, the whole team, even if you're on the sideline, we're going to do this celebration. And it was like the whoop up the Ghana style. I promise you, like when the first person scored a touchdown, everybody stopped where they was at. Even the coaches was like doing the dance. So it's like, it's just the excitement to the game. You know, it's just how we play the game.
You might break that out Sunday night.
Yeah, I think I kind of did it week 1 versus the Rams though a little bit, but not the real deal though.
Is anyone from those teams in the league now?
Isaiah Williams, he used to play for us. He in Cincy right now. But other than that, it's just us two.